Welcome to year number 2, the Super Bowl of the GGBFL, not featuring Oklahoma City Bison. Now, the playoffs here have been pretty wild. Out of the AFC, it was the Dreadnoughts versus the Aviators, and the Aviators ended up losing that one as the Dreadnoughts advanced. The number 1 seed on that side moves on, probably as we kind of expected for the most part. And then in the NFC side, I win my divisional round game. I go up in my championship game and I end up late choking, as the French say. We lose to a very good user by 10 points. And now it is going to be the Thunderbirds versus the Dreadnoughts in what should be a pretty electric Super Bowl. Now, really quickly, I just want to capture the Pro Bowl. We had a lot of really good players this year. I'm going to look at the players on my team. But again, feel free to look at the AFC, the NFC. You ultimately see who's there. But I'm caring about the NFC right now. Lamar Jackson, we get our quarterback. From there, shout out to Hendon Hooker, former Oklahoma City Bison. Obviously, we traded him around a little bit. He moves on and does very well, maybe being the franchise quarterback over there for the Nighthawks. Jonathan Taylor's halfback 1. We don't see any Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm going to assume, because he was out for a majority this year, but it is what it is. The injuries are starting to get on my nerves, if you couldn't tell. As we kind of move on, no wide receiver 1, no 2, no 3, no 4, but Jamar Chase does get wide receiver number 5, so at least we get some acknowledgement from our passing game, which I'm hoping is even better. It did better this year, but I want it to be even better next year. No tight end love there. Pause if needed. We go on to the offensive line. Oh, wait, did we see Orlando Brown? Okay, we got our left tackle there, which is probably should not be considering how we play this year. Creed Humphrey is going to be there. And I think we McGlinchey. I think we McGlinchey as well. So we get a good amount of love there. On defense, though, Boogie Basham's in there. You'd love to see that. He's one of the best defensive ends in the league, despite a lack of production this year, in my opinion. Dalvin Tomlinson, defensive tackle number 3. He's been really good for us so far. Who knows if he comes back next year? We'll see ultimately on that one. And as we keep moving down, there's not really a lot of love here for our guys. We had some dudes that were balling out, but again, I'll take about 4 or 5 Pro Bowlers overall, and I feel like our team did well this year, but we didn't get that Super Bowl. But as a consolation prize, CJ Gardner-Johnson was player of the week on defense last week. 3 interceptions, but we honestly needed more to win that game. Now, before we jump into the Super Bowl, I want to talk about a couple of awards out here, buddy. Now, there is going to be a Mervin McMurvin MVP award, which is not going to be unveiled until the offseason video. So when we get ready for year number 3, we'll have that video sort of squared away, or that announcement sort of squared away. There's just some stuff I have to finish on my side to make sure people can vote, and I have to tally up all the votes, and I won't be able to get that done tonight. So soon. Now, in terms of the in-game MVP, Terry McLaurin of the Dreadnoughts, who is playing in the Super Bowl, by the way, is up for the MVP and has won it. He beats out Josh Allen from KKS and Marquise Brown. Trey Morning, the rookie, looked really good for the Aviators this season. Will Levis, who balled out, obviously who killed me. Lamar Jackson getting 6. I'm not mad at that. Coach of the year does not go to your boy. I think I had the best record in the GGBFL when I finished 5th. How? We'll do the AFC awards really quickly. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Terry McLaurin. Not surprised, he is the MVP, so it makes sense that he would get that as well. The Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald, Mr. Wombat's antlers over there, balling out with Aaron Donald. This dude has been a legend every season so far in the GGBFL. I'm not surprised he continues that. But shout out to Tevin Chambers, another Aviators player, a rookie who looked very good this year and gets 2nd place. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Alex McLaughlin of the Aviators. You're kind of sensing a trend here. Defensive Rookie of the Year is, you guessed it, Tevin Chambers of, again, the Aviators there. Best quarterback goes to Josh Allen. He was a mid-season trade, mind you. He was not in the Sentinels the entire season, but once KKS got his hands on him, the man went crazy. Pause if needed. Best running back goes to Bijan Robinson. So obviously Arthur Smith is not controlling him. Shout out to Insanity. He did incredible work with Bijan the entire year. The wide receiver, best wide receiver is to Terry McLaurin as well. Your best O lineman goes to Frank Ragnow of the Dreadnoughts. Best D lineman, I'm not surprised here, Aaron Donald. Best linebacker, Tevin Chambers. Again, the rookie is going to be a legend in this league. Best DB goes to Brian Branch of the Sentinels. And best kicker, because they're people too, goes to Cameron Dicker of the Aviators. As we switch over to the NFC, Offensive Player of the Year goes to DeAndre Swift of the Shamrocks. Defending Super Bowl champions, did not make it very far in the playoffs this year, but still a very good year for DeAndre Swift. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Dante Jackson. Mazu and the Dragons had a lot of players in this list. You see the top 2 guys are literally from his team. So if Dante wasn't winning it, it was still going to be somebody else on the Dragons. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to probably the most uncoverable player that I've faced in this league so far, outside of maybe Jalen Waddle. Trevor Winters, the tight end, kills it. Maybe the first tight end ever in NFL history to win Rookie of the Year. I could be wrong in that, but that's kind of crazy to me. Defensive Rookie of the Year, also the Thunderbirds, Sean Gentry, a stud at corner who gave us a lot of fits in our games. Best quarterback goes to your boy Lamar Jackson. About time we win an award. He beat out Will Levis. Best running back goes to Aaron Donald of the Dreadnoughts. and Hendon Hooker, former Oklahoma City Bison. Best running back again goes to DeAndre Swift. Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm pretty happy that he went 5th here, but again, the injuries kind of bumped him out of maybe having a chance in the top 3. Best wide receiver goes to Jordan Addison. Balled out. This dude is not fast at all, and he beat out the legend Jalen Waddle, who is just a dude that if you play the Riverhogs, just guard Jalen Waddle. Like, that man will still go for 200 yards against you, but guard that man, because if you don't, he's going in the end zone every single time. Best O lineman goes to Creed Humphrey of your Bison. Best D lineman, Jordan Davis, again, who was up for Defensive Player of the Year as well. Your best linebacker goes to Hassan Reddick of the Blues. The Blues had a really fun defense this year with Kayvon Thibodeau and Hassan Reddick just patrolling that left and right side of his defense. Best defensive back was to Dante Jackson, again, Defensive Player of the Year. You're going to see best kicker go to your boy, Younghoe Koo. That man's out there balling. Oh, here we go. Doctor gets the ball first in the Super Bowl. We're going to see what he ultimately does here. He's got a little setup on the left here. Maybe a little tight end out. Tight end on the corner. And it's absolutely a dot. Doc on the first play of the Super Bowl in year 2 of the GGBFL goes 70 yards. There's a lot of criticism about both of these teams about maybe there isn't a lot of defense, but a whole lot of offense in this. So I would expect this game to be a 40+ score for both teams, in my opinion. Doc out here in shotgun. Little handoff here. You don't see a lot of runs from Doc, and Keaton Mitchell gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Doc's gonna hand this one off. No, a little play action fake. Doc doesn't have a lot of things to do here. Tries to run with Sam Howell. Is he gonna throw it away? Doc is being crazy, but he throws it away at the last second. Dreadnoughts under the center. A little fullback handoff here, and that one is gonna be good. They're gonna get in the end zone. Robinson goes in, but whoa, there was an injury there. I didn't see who that was. That doesn't look potentially good there. Little bruised ribs. Nobody on T. Higgins right now. Looks like he quickly audibled. He sees that. Looking for White. This ball is thrown and it is picked. He was baited. White is going to get that. There is some defense in this game. I did not expect to see an interception this early in the ball game right now. But there was an injury in the play. We didn't actually get to see who that was. I'm sure we'll get to see a little bit of coverage of that here shortly, but that's going to be big right now, especially if that injury was to the Thunderbirds after throwing a pick. Trying to move the chains here. Doc, a lot of time. Throws one that was nearly picked off. He read that halfback screen really well, but because he didn't get the interception, Keaton Mitchell and his speed down the field, a spin move out of bounds, and a little bit of a, what is that equipment he's wearing? Oh, White, the guy who actually had the interception, gets hurt in that play, but it looks like he'll be back soon. Doc, man, he's got one of the best offenses in the league. Despite not being the top passing offense this year, he still has been absolutely cooking. Ends up dumping one down a little bit here. Sam Howell, 2 completions, 123 yards. Make it make sense. Second down action. Ooh, a little fake. Doc slings this one over here to David Njoku, who had the first catch of the game, goes for 7 this time. Doc comes out here in this spread, a little 3rd and 3 action. This could be an offensive front where you want to run against him. See what Doc ultimately ends up doing. He decides not to run. The blitz comes off the edge. He goes right across the middle. You see the blitz, throw it right where it's coming from. I'm going to be honest. The more I look at Keaton Mitchell, the more I think that if we had a no swag award, it would definitely go to Doc. I mean, what is this man doing with his team right now? But an absolute Doc. I guess you ain't got to look good when you're playing good like that. 14-0 is what we're about to see here for the Dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts cooking with the lead. Got some opportunity. Doc is going for the kill shot over the top. This one is in there to Terry McLaurin, the league MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, best wide receiver in the NFC or AFC. Down 21-0 for the Thunderbirds, and there's a whole lot of time left. What is he doing? Thunderbirds out here throwing one. It's another pick. Arrington's going to go ahead and get that one. He laterals it back. I didn't even know lateral still worked in Madden right now. Things are getting spicy right now, and this is not looking good for the Thunderbirds. Nice little bootleg here. Doc all the time in the world. Throws one deep over the top, and this is getting to be the worst blowout we've seen. We've never had a blowout in GGBFL history, Madden 23 or 24 for a Super Bowl. We're starting to have that right now. Thunderbirds are down 28-0. This is not looking good. I mean, this is Doc in prime form right now. Potentially another pick here. The Turtle. Woo! Doc is in his final form. Sam Howell under center. Not sure how long he's going to stay in the game with the way this game has been ultimately going here. The stream's lagging a little bit right now. This has been tough. Inside the red zone. Keaton Mitchell, the spin move. Doc playing with his food right now. I'll be honest. By halftime, the way this is going, Sam Howell might be sipping pina coladas. You know, I'm surprised he didn't throw that across the middle, but we'll see what he does here. Does he go for it? Or does he kick the field goal? Doctor might be known as one of the most toxic users, but I will say Slick has been known as being pretty toxic as well with some of the things that he's done. Doc here with 1st and goal after getting that little option here. He's going to hand this one off in slow motion because this stream is buffering. 2nd and goal. Hand off here to Keaton Mitchell, and that is going to be a big one. 35-0. There's not been a lot to love for the Thunderbirds right now. So we ended up having a little bit of an issue with the previous streams. We had the other guy end up streaming it now. It's 35-7. It was 35-0. And then Doc ended up getting an interception from the Thunderbirds, lateraled it backwards. The Thunderbirds recovered it, ran it for a touchdown, and so now the game is back to 35-7. I kind of assumed this would be a high-scoring game, but I didn't think it would be this one-sided. But I will say, we have seen Doctor choke some leads before, so I don't know quite what's going to happen with Doctor. He can kind of get bored when he has a lead sometimes, so I still think this game could be interesting. Second down here, a little slant route. Terry McLaurin, he's doing what he does. Virginia Beach finally got themselves a professional sports team, and they are cooking right now in the league's biggest game. The hurdle kind of sort of worked, I guess. Doc going here, back to the run. Again, this is not something he's used to doing. Doc does not run the football a lot either. He's 11 for 47 right now. Doc preparing to run RPO read flat wheel, I'm pretty sure here. 2nd and 1. He's going to go straight to B, I would have to imagine. No, he dumps it off underneath to David Njoku. Okay, little wrinkle. Doc again chewing clock, but also in the hurry up right now. Trying to make sure he gets one more touchdown here. We're at 35-7. We can hear the play. We can't quite see the play. And he gets to the 5. 20 seconds left here in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 5. Sam Howell. Little dump off here, but Slick saw that one. Doc uses another timeout. 1 left. Big 3rd and goal here. Will Doc choke? Will he get another touchdown here? A touchdown here, in my opinion, puts his game away. But if you don't get the touchdown, we shall see. A lot of options. He might have A coming back across. He doesn't like him. B potentially goes back to A on a late throw to David Njoku, and they say he's out of bounds. So up 35-7. Doc is going to kick a field goal here with a couple of seconds left to give him a 38-7 lead. Thunderbirds get the ball here at half. A lot of time, and they very quickly throw what feels like the 15th interception we've seen this game. And Doc is right back in scoring territory. This might be one of the worst performances we've seen. Doc is a very good player. I called it in multiple videos when I played him earlier in the season. Oh my God. Doc will do things like that too. But this just hasn't been a good showing at all from the NFC representative in the Thunderbirds. Will Levis does not look like the dude that was balling out for 6,000 yards this season either. He's looking more like Will Levis IRL trying to throw some passes out here. And he throws one that is interceptable. Little 2nd and 10 action here. Doc is just coming through with blitzes. This man is like, I'm blitzing you, I'm running man coverage, and I just wanted to see if you can actually beat it. Pause if needed. A little curl, a little underneath route here. Josh Downs get another reception. And look, I'll be the first to say it. If you watch my video from a game or two ago, I threw 6 interceptions with Lamar Jackson and still managed to win a football game. Will Levis has only thrown 5, so he's still in this game. 2nd down and what feels like forever. A pass that is not intercepted, and that one's going to go potentially not into the end zone, to the 5-yard line. That was a great play by Will Levis, but right now he's looking like the NFL's version of Paul George in the playoffs. Great in the regular season, but what is going on in the biggest game of the season? Doc will throw another interception. We know that. He potentially will run another one and fumble it. He gets bored in some of these games. And look, I don't think this game is quite over. I think there is still plenty of time. Slick is a good user. We'll see what he does here. Doctor has his punter in at quarterback right now. And it's picked off. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure this one is going back to the house. I think this one is going back to the house. I said earlier, Doctor will throw another interception. We know it's coming. And there we just saw it. This game is not over. If Will Levis converts this, we have a 16-point game, if my math is correct. I'm not a mathematician, though. A lot of adjustments here. Drops back, pressure's immediately there, and he is going down. Down, baby. Someone call Nelly. Big play. Sam Howell face this one to do an end around to Terry McLaurin. And he fumbled a user strip. He's still in the game. He's still in the game. I said this game could be within 10 points, and I'm not too far off from that. We've had 12 turnovers in the Super Bowl. This is wild to me. Will Levis all the time in the world. Nice little comeback route. Josh Downs is getting in the end zone here. They say he's at the 1. You got to hurry up now. Will Levis under center. Got to imagine little QB. Yep, little QB action here. Okay, is there a gambling scandal going on? I don't know what's happening right now, but this is a game that is much closer than people probably thought. I'm sure some people say, oh, this game is a blowout. Most people in the situation would be chewing the clock, would be doing some safe runs. Not Doc. He's running with Sam Howell on the read option. Doc out here with a little RPO action. Nothing would be funnier to me than Doc messing up. Oh my God, Terry McLaurin. He's got some room. He jerkles. And he's inside the 20. About 5 to 10 minutes ago, Doc DM'd me again and said he was getting me a Clayton Tune touchdown. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea who Clayton Tune is, but I'm anxious to see. Sam Howell back under center here. 45 seconds in a dream right now. Who is Mason? Who is Mason? Clayton Tune feeling the pressure of the blitz. Clayton Tune is rambling, scrambling. He fumbled. And it's the Thunderbirds ball of 4 seconds. This game is mathematically not there. But oh my God, the Clayton Tune touchdown was there. And he sold. Fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw the Dreadnoughts celebrate an incredible game. It was a blowout to start, and then things happened a little while there. But Sam Howell hoisting a Super Bowl trophy, something that could only happen in the GGBFL. Doc is an incredible user who went through some ups and downs this season, but was the #1 seed in the AFC, and he battled through and showed that he's one of the best players in this entire league. Can anyone take this man down in year 2? I have no idea. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.